Oh, no. Oh.
This is how Russell Crowe gets up in the morning. Ready to act. All right, let's talk Virtuosity.
Let's talk about it.
Now, he's in the real world.
He's interactive.
On your knees, now!
He doesn't enjoy the game unless he's playing against his favorite opponent, and that's me.
Denzel Washington. Virtuosity. Game over.
So I came across this movie when I was just online looking at, I can't even remember the YouTube bingo in which I went through, but I ended up seeing a bunch of shots of Russell Crowe in various digital stages of enhancement and crazy...
I was going to say stages of undress.
And that too, and crazy manic face. And everything, his acting and the CGI and the whole look of the movie, I just couldn't wait to get to it. So it's part of this really early 90s CGI thing that we keep running into through...
No fault of our own.
Through the fact that people were testing with this sort of technology in films, but they hadn't really gotten the CGI stuff to work yet.
You know, James Cameron says he was waiting for the technology to develop before he made Avatar.
Yeah. These people were not prepared to wait.
No, they were not.
Virtuosity. So it's set in the future.
Do we know when?
I don't know when. I don't think I saw a date pop up. It's just future land.
I think it's like alt-future 90s.
Yes. I mean, it looks just like the 90s with some more futuristic tech and clothes. Denzel Washington is the main character. When we first meet him, he gets off this train on the subway and he's dressed in one of the most amazing leather outfits.
I was gonna say amazing was the word that came to mind.
He reminds me a little bit of like the flight attendants on Fifth Element. They have these leathery clothes with like square hats.
See, having been a flight attendant, I feel like wearing head-to-toe leather would not be good.
No, nor would it be for Denzel Washington trying to run around and chase serial killers.
It's Flagstaff Station.
Yeah, this is what happens to you.
That's why no one goes here.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird digital morphing and things happening in the background, which
yeah,
makes
like
you
they kind of go through people.
Yeah, it becomes clear that they're actually in a simulation, and you can kind of tell because all of the people walking around are little copy-paste Sims.
Excuse me.
Oh wait, these are digital people. Yeah, see, it's Flagstaff. There's no real people here.
Digital people.
They go to this Japanese restaurant, and Russell Crowe is in there.
Why?
Russell Toad.
What the fuck?
Holy shit! Don't fuck me up when I'm in my kimono. His character's name is Sid. Sid 6.7.
And I was thinking maybe it stood for like simulation integration, something like that. It's not. It is short for sadistic, intelligent, dangerous. I should put that on my LinkedIn.
Sid is a composite of every notorious killer in the world put into one.
Adolf Hitler, Charles Manson.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy, everybody, which they've created inside a simulation program in order to train cops to catch serial killers.
Can't change what I am, Daryl.
Terabyte self-evolving neural network double backflip off the high platform.
Dupois.
I love it. See, I feel like that's kind of stupid because a serial killer is a threat, but not an imminent threat to the public. It's like they're viewing serial killers as though they are terrorists.
It reminds me a little bit of Demolition Man, if you remember that movie.
I do, and I was thinking that myself.
There's like killers that are so evil, they dress like Chucky dolls and go around killing people just for fun.
Like Castor Troy.
Yeah.
And Face Off.
Yes.
I thought a lot about Face Off during this movie because it's like this absolute ultimate arch nemesis type situation.
I'm just gonna do a little performance piece with your partner. I'll be back to do my solo with you.
Oh my God. If they could
Magic.
see how much I'm grinning right now. Russell Crowe is using a sushi chef as a human shield, and Denzel Washington's like, fuck that guy and fuck you too.
Game over.
Denzel doesn't care. He shoots
Doesn't he
straight
care?
through him because he's a simulation.
Well, that's his reasoning. He wasn't real, so fuck him.
Here's a new composition. This one's called First You Suffer, Then You Die.
So they got this simulation and they're using prisoners to train the software in order to perfect it.
Get him out of those goddamn rigs right now! Stay back! Just get him down!
Call the paramedics in!
Come on!
We have this under control.
And the real life Denzel Washington has a beard and dreads.
Metallic limb detected.
He's a cyborg.
He goes home to his prison, but they won't let him into his cell first. Instead, they want to test him by putting him into an open gang fight.
It's like a music video.
Oh, is he gonna fight this guy now?
He's gonna fight Nazi Jesus.
Yep.
I knew it.
Called it.
Called it.
Now, only he can walk on water.
He's crying blood.
Yeah. Yes. Stigmata.
Yeah, solid metal, bitch.
Yeah, that's a Tesla arm. What are you doing?
God help us if they start making
That's
metallic
happening
limbs.
for sure. But those arms will start doing the Hitler salute on their own.
They will. They totally will. They'll also just catch fire for no reason.
Yeah. Denzel just fucks him up and he's dragged off back to solitary. He has this doctor that comes and visits him called Madison.
How did you know Sid 6.7 would be in the Japanese restaurant?
Colon, parenthesis. People used to sign off their email with that.
Used to.
Holy shit,
Not
1995,
anymore.
this is prophetic.
This is an ancient symbol. It means don't hate me for what I've written in this email. What he tells Madison is that that's how you can tell that it's a simulation. Because he says that the person who coded it puts little things like that in the code to tell you that it's not real. We cut to the programmers who are programming Sid.
Do you like this, Daryl?
Another programmer comes in, played by Jerry O'Connell, who was in Hit Me. He shows the other programmer that he's found a way to create organic matter from glass, and it basically, they're real world representations of digital things, but they can recreate themselves by sucking the ingredients out of glass.
Yeah, the silica or whatever in glass. The way he demonstrates that is by cutting a snake. Then he pulls out its like core chip.
Yes, they have this like crystal in their heads. It looks like something out of the first Superman movie, like, you know those crystals that Superman was throwing around everywhere?
Oh man, she just keeps getting better.
They're gonna create this digital sex woman for real.
Why would they want to do
Yeah, I
that?
don't no idea.
Bring her out of the Creed music video that she's synthesized within.
Yeah. Why would two nerds want to do that in a lab on their own? But the other programmer, he throws, and I still don't quite realize why he does it. I guess it's maybe his idea of just bringing his shit to reality.
He's just not into chicks.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, Russell Crowe says he has no balls.
The one who gave me life doesn't have any balls.
It's weird.
Okay.
So he throws Russell Crowe's crystal into the nano soup, and a giant Russell Crowe egg grows up around it.
Oh no. Oh.
This is how Russell Crowe gets up in the morning. Ready to act. He walks around naked.
He also does some squats. I
Yeah, he
think.
does some power moves, doesn't he?
Yeah, some power moves. That's what we'll call them.
Cuts off his own finger to simulate for himself that he can regrow it.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington then agrees to get released on the condition that he kills Sid, because he's the only one who's been able to do it in the simulation.
His criminal psychologist lady friend is like, I'll go with him. She seems to have the hots for him.
She does.
Power imbalance.
But also, he has a checkered past. His family's dead.
And he's killed other people too.
He's killed someone. His family was being held hostage by a terrorist who was keeping them under laser guard with bombs attached. Denzel Washington tripped the lasers, which killed his family.
And ripped off his arm.
Blew off his arm. but then just at the end...
He shot the TV crew.
Now, I thought he killed his family by shooting them to get to other people.
Like with the sushi chef.
Like with the sushi chef, because that's what you do.
I think that's what we're supposed to think, because that is a recurring thing. He keeps shooting people in order to shoot who he really wants to shoot.
Yeah.
Like, it happens a few times.
Sorry, honey, I can't let him get away.
He just did it again. He's like, fuck, I just can't stop playing God. How many stars do you think he's got now?
6 is the max, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's got more than that.
He's got 7. Russell Crowe goes to a tech club where everybody's filming on cameras and projecting it up on the wall.
And it's called Media Zone.
And someone records Russell Crowe when he steps in and he looks at himself and realizes he's gorgeous.
I'm beautiful.
I think that's what Russell Crowe does every morning.
Do you think he still does?
I think, no. He takes everyone in the club hostage so that he can record their voices.
Yeah, he samples them all like screaming and then programs it into the DJ rig.
Because he wants to create an orchestra of terror and screaming. He tries to mix it using like white bubbles on.
It's a very futuristic, supposedly a DJ rig, but it reminds me more of like one of those dance games at an arcade.
Yeah.
Where you've got to like,
You're doing it.
yeah, that kind of thing.
You're mixing it, Russell. Denzel shows up and puts a stop to it. And then they have a car chase. Oh, yeah. There we go.
It's me on my way to work. Just chewing glass.
I don't have time for McDonald's. He does a flip off a bridge, and that's how he escapes.
God, this guy is fun.
Oh my God, I love him in this.
He's
this
so
is
good.
Awesome.
Fuck Gladiator. Give him the Oscar for this movie.
It like pans down and he's like completely dead.
He just died. He goes to this cage fight, and they're all singing Kapow.
Every single element of the movie is contributing in some way to this very prominent rhythmic quality that it has.
I just don't know why there's this focus on music.
And why it's called Virtuosity.
Yeah, I've wondered if it has some weird connection to like Clockwork Orange or
like
something.
the methodical nature of serial killers or something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe Stomp was just really popular at that point.
It does remind me a lot of Stomp. I was
Yeah.
expecting people to bring out brooms and buckets. Russell Crowe goes up to this one woman and he goes to lick her face or something. Anyway, her boyfriend doesn't like it.
yeah, I
so
remember
he
that.
grabs him and he just throws him down to the center
Into
of the
the ring.
Yeah. Probably killed that man. But no one stops singing Kapow. Because you can't stop Kapow. Then he does a backflip, his favorite thing.
Yeah, it's his signature move.
And it's very clearly a composite shot.
But it's a cool shot. It really is.
You can tell they really were like, I want that shot. This is going to be the shot they remember me for.
Yeah, it's like the shot in Contact when she's running and then she's in the mirror.
It's a showcase shot. I think it ended up on probably a lot of people's show reels.
Including Russell Crowe's.
Do you think that's the tape he sent in?
To get Gladiator?
Yeah, he sent that into Ridley Scott. I can be a gladiator. I can do flips. I can do everything. There is also a Saturday Night Fever homage. Some guy high-fived him because he was so cool.
And
Did you
he's
see
just
that?
like,
He was like, I guess I am. Sid goes to a TV station where they're debating immigration, and he puts on a video package for his intended TV channel called Death TV.
Death TV.
Death TV.
And I like his logo that he's made.
Yeah. The one bit that I really thought was funny is that the viewership starts to go up.
Yeah, that was a really funny gag.
There's a little comment on humanity there. He reveals that he has stolen Madison's daughter.
Who's Madison again?
Madison
We
is
don't care about her.
No, right? She's just been barely even along for the ride this whole
She's
time.
the criminal psychologist who quite obviously had the hots for him and then just doesn't give a fuck for the whole rest of the movie.
No.
She is just so wooden.
You like being in front of the camera, don't you? Tell me where you are. Let me call Chief Cochran.
Listen to me.
The bullet exited the woman's chest. That means she was shot from the back.
I read that there was meant to be a romantic subplot between the two, and they threw it out.
It all becomes about rescuing her daughter.
It's a way of raising the stakes without anyone having to take their clothes off.
Yeah, I mean, this kid is just introduced so that it will be in peril
Yeah, it
at
just
some
progresses the plot a little
Yeah.
bit.
Denzel Washington shoots up Sid's death TV.
Parker!
Sid just flies into the ceiling and up onto the roof. And they have a big fight. They jump off the roof holding onto a cable.
Yeah, they end up on the window washer's rig.
When it all comes crashing down, Russell Crowe gets impaled by glass and all his limbs fall off.
And then they're like, yeah, we defeated him. And then they're like, you idiot, you killed him. We don't know where the kid is. Because
Yeah.
she's like strapped to a ticking time bomb.
Oh, doofus.
Boy.
And so Denzel pulls the Russell Crowe crystal out of Sid's head and goes, what can I do with this?
Swallows it.
He should.
Suddenly, we're dropped back into the virtual world.
Wait, what? Flashback. Wait, what?
This is weird. What the
What's happening? I was very confused about what was going on. It turns out they have put Russell Crowe into a simulation that looks like the real world, so he thinks he hasn't been killed yet, and all of that is so that he will monologue and tell Madison where her daughter is.
Oh, Karen!
Just as Russell Crowe realizes he's in a simulation, they get pulled through like digital hell. Everyone gets turned into Nintendo 64 characters.
Oh yeah, as they're deconstructing, they
Yeah.
get more simplified.
And then he just defuses the bomb.
Which one's the outlet? Let's see.
By that point, the villain's defeated.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, the main sort of issue's kind of gone now. It just felt like a bit of a dribble at the end.
Yeah, Russell Crowe is just like a little prompt screen on the bomb at this point.
Oh yeah.
And he just keeps repeating,
I thought of that one too.
It's working.
I thought of that one too.
See, I kind of thought it would be really great if there could be like a twist ending. Like if maybe his code could have somehow escaped his chip. Cuts to like 30 years into the future and Denzel's driving his Cybertruck around and he goes to look at his screen and Sid's face comes up.
Yep. My general notes are that the early CGI seems to rely a lot on 2D image manipulation. There's a lot of moments where Russell Crowe does kind of weird, like googly eyes, or like they widen his eyes and his face.
Or his skin texture will like morph a little bit.
His performance is bonkers.
You're losing your sense of humor.
But I love it. Like, it's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things I've seen him do.
I feel like somebody said to him, all right, so you are everything from Hitler to Charles Manson squeezed together and put in your own head.
What a treat for an actor.
He's like, I can do this.
Hold my beer.
He's obviously been hired, I think, on the strength of Romper Stomper and his like intense psychotic acting in that film. This guy can do Nazi stuff. Let's give him digital Nazi.
I think Romper Stomper must have been big for him. He did Hammers Over the Anvil.
Right.
The movie about my great-great-grandfather.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. Look it up. And then he did The Silver Brumby. You've not seen The Silver
Is that
Brumby?
a horse movie?
Yes, it is a horse movie. And the horse is like this legendary Brumby. In Australia, we have feral horses.
Right.
And we call them Brumbies, because that sounds nicer than feral horse.
Yep.
So that's 1993. 94, he did The Sum of Us. He did one movie. 95, he did The Quick and the Dead.
I actually love that film.
No Way Back, then Virtuosity. It really, really took me back to like 93 to 95 in a big way.
Yeah, and it's a film that reminds me of a lot of The Matrix. Well, it's what The Matrix could have been if it was not.
If it was actually good.
If it wasn't good. There's so many films at this time that were trying to do exactly this sort of thing that didn't do it very well.
I actually thought that it was kind of good in the way that it did what it did. For me, it just represents a really interesting time for movies visually.
I think it's a cool idea. A concentrated villain that is created in virtual space then comes out into the real world and becomes a problem. I think that works.
Virtuosity. Yeah, what can I tell you?
Done.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how to end it.
That sounds good to me.
Switch the computer program off. Smash the crystal.
Smash the crystal.